Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. So in this video, we are going to extend our last class. So if you have seen the previous video, what we did in our previous video, simply we are going to select a customer group here. A customer group, and we'll simply click OK, and that will get displayed. Okay, now let us assume if the user enters any random value. For example, let me enter something like this, and let me click OK. And if you see, even though our code is running, but this customer group ID is really not existing. So let's say if you want to restrict the user so that it will only provide us the real value. So how we can write a business logic for that? So for that, we are going to use a validate function inside our RunBase framework. So how to do that? Let's see. So you can simply write public boolean, and you can define this variable named as validate, and then here I will define this object, and let me say called form equals to null. This is just a standard code. And yeah, so now here inside this particular method you can write your main actual logic, and here I will simply define a return type, because the data type of this method is boolean. I will do a super call here with this called form object. Alright, now here I need to put the validation. Okay, so I need to check if the customer group ID really exists, right? So for that, what I can do, I can define my cursed group here. I will say cursed group here, and then what I will do, I will take benefit from my find methods. I will say cursed group, and here I will say find. Alright, so here if you see, I need to pass the customer group ID. So I've defined a variable at the global level, right? Cust group ID. So I will simply enter this. Okay, and now if this would be a valid customer group ID, it will have value, right? So that's why I'm going to assign if this would be if cust group. Yeah, basically if this will be blank, okay, so then I can say return equals to check failed. Here I will say you have entered invalid customer group ID. Alright, and then at the end I need to simply return my return type. I will save this. Let me build this code. While the code is building, I'm going to again reiterate our requirement was that we are able to enter any random values here, and we are clicking on OK, but we want the business user or end user to restrict to have the the actual customer group IDs. So for that, what we did, we simply take advantage from this validate field, from this validate method, and then what I did, I declare a return type here. I did a super call, you can even skip. Then I defined my table here. I defined buffer of my table. I simply call find method here. Inside my find method, I pass the customer group ID. This customer group ID is the global variable, and also inside get from dialog method, we have already saved the value here. Yeah. So then I simply checked if this will have value. So I'm checking if this is blank. Okay, if this doesn't have any value. Okay, if this doesn't have any value, then I'm using my check field. It is going to assign false value here, and additionally it will also display a message that you have entered an invalid customer group ID, and then I'm simply doing a return, so it will return false if in case this will match. So guys, the build is completed, and now if you click here and click on 10, so it will show you all the customers who have cust group as 10. Similarly, if if in case you type any random values here, so it should give you an error. Yeah, it is giving you error. As long as you are not putting a like exact values, it will keep throwing error. If in case you put a real values, it will show you. Let me again click here. Let me again go back at 20. I think it doesn't have a value. And let me click on 40 here. Okay, so now when I go here, actually we don't have any customer with 40, so that's why we are not getting 40, but let's test it for 100. We only have one customer with 100, so let's give it a try. We'll choose 100, and we should see exactly one customer 040. So thank you for watching this video.